Heavyweight Jared Anderson is set to return and fight a guy called Kollias in a tune-up on February 14th. Now, at the time of taking this screenshot, that bout had not yet appeared on his BOXREC. I don't know if it's on there now, but this is from Boxing Scene. They're the ones reporting that he's going to be fighting this guy, Kollias. Never heard of him. But here is his BOXREC page. And on paper anyway, he certainly appears to be a pie. This is a very, very soft combat fight, it would seem, for Jared Anderson. This guy's from Greece. I don't think I've ever heard of a Greek heavyweight before in my life. You guys ever heard of a Greek heavyweight before? Off the top of my head, I cannot ever remember hearing about a heavyweight from Greece. Maybe in the amateurs, there might have been one or two, but in pro boxing, I don't think I've ever heard of a Greek heavyweight. Not even a journeyman. So yeah, this guy looks like he's going to be a pie. And given the devastating nature, the brutal nature, the shocking nature from Anderson's perspective of his defeat to Martin Bakole, then I've got no issue with him coming back against the pie. When you've been brutalized in that way, the effect it can have on your confidence and your whole self-image can be tremendous, in the negative. So one of the best things to do by way of therapy is to come back and knock over a couple of pies to make yourself feel like the predator again rather than prey. And Anderson, of course, was very much prey against Martin Bakole. Bakole came in like some big grizzly bear, dismembering a deer. It was crazy. So yeah, Anderson been out for a while. He'll have been toiling with the demons and the mental scars, and he's already an emotional kid anyway. We've seen Anderson break down crying on camera for seemingly no reason. So yeah, this will be difficult for him to deal with, the defeat to Bakole, and he will need a bit of rehab, psychological rehab, and knocking over a couple of pies is the way it's traditionally done in boxing, particularly when you're coming back from your first defeat or first knockout defeat in particular. Yeah, you're going to need some confidence builders. Lennox Lewis did it. Mike Tyson did it. Many other fighters much greater than Jared Anderson will ever be, presumably, did it. So if it's good enough for them, it's good enough for him. He's still a young man, 25 years of age. So he's still got time as long as he has the resolve and the interest, as long as he's still keen enough on boxing. And that's a big if, because again, when he was still undefeated, he was talking about retiring by the age of 27. That's only 2 years away. So as he changed his mind, as I understand it, he recently became a father. And, I'm not a father myself, but from knowing many people who are, they say that becoming a dad changes you profoundly. Perhaps it's not the same for everybody, but many fathers will say this. It changes them profoundly. Their whole perspective on life shifts and they see things differently. Will that be the case for Jared Anderson? Will he now want to do more in boxing for his child? We shall see. But I think he's a fighter with a lot of ability. Obviously, his chin isn't as good as it needs to be to fight the way that he does. So he's going to have to make some stylistic adjustments there. I think it will be prudent to stick with Sugar Hill, personally, and work with him, listen to him, because Anderson appears, or appeared in the past anyway, to be a bit of a know-it-all, and he doesn't like being told things. When Tim Bradley offered him some advice about his defense, he kind of snapped at Tim Bradley and said, I know what I'm doing. Tim Bradley's like, former two-weight world champion. I think he knows a little bit about what he's talking about. You know what I mean? But yeah, Anderson, you apparently couldn't tell him nothing, and he found out the hard way. Now that that's happened to him, he needs to listen to whatever trainer he has, but I think it should be Sugar Hill. Listen to him, do as he says. You're not yet experienced enough, you're not yet wise enough to be debating with an experienced trainer like that. Yeah, just listen to what he says and do as you're told. That would be my advice to Jared Anderson.